Once again, we are back on Egmont Sochki Tea Talk Train of Thought with a series of episodes with Dr. Kaustubh Sontake. We have seen his exclusive story on this platform, looking in terms of being a gold medal at MCOM and went in a structured way as far as his career which is concerned. Did his MPhil, MBA in finance, went ahead with 2 PhD and now author of 10 books. Great. So welcome back to this show again. Now, in fact, sir, like during your journey, like you have achieved 2 PhD. Anyone in the life, like normally once they go to, it's not that smooth. Like there's a roller coaster in life. Like एक आपके लाइफ में एक इंसिडेंस हुआ था एज फार एज फिजिकल एस्पेक्ट और ब्रेन एस्पेक्ट से था, तो वो क्या प्रॉब्लम था, उस प्रॉब्लम से कैसे उभर के आए? वेयर एज द टी टॉक ऑडियंस, आई एम श्योर प्रॉब्लम्स आते हैं लाइफ में, बट आप संघर्ष करके विल पावर के साथ में अगर आप बाहर आते हो, एंड दैट वाज अ मीनिंगफुल लर्निंग. सो कैन यू प्लीज शेयर दैट एक्सपीरियंस विद आवर टी टॉक ऑडियंस?
Definitely. I will say that as I already mentioned, at the age of 32, I was double PhD holder. I was already associate professor in finance by that time. And I was very aggressive in my career journey. I wanted to progress. One should, but yes, there are, because life is always a challenging thing and hurdles keep coming. So I also faced in the year 2014. I was fit and healthy, there was no any problem, but suddenly in the month of May my head started aching, and that was an intense headache. I visited doctor on the first day. They prescribed some medicine. They thought must be some malaria or something like that, but didn't work. So I visited the next doctor on the next day. Same thing. Third day I finally took up appointment of our family doctor, because it was a big problem I was facing. Intense headache, and I consulted him. He saw me and he said there is something critically wrong, so he asked me to get the MRI done. So with my brother Aditya, I went to MRI clinic and got my MRI done, and it was found that I had a dural fistula. That is mixing of veins and arteries in your brain. And that led to rupture of one vein in the brain. And that was fatal. And by the time MRI and this whole thing was done, I was unconscious. Further, everything, my family members, my brother, my father, my wife, my mother, they know what happened thereafter, because I was unconscious. I was taken to one of the best hospitals in Navi Mumbai, and it was tough time for the family. There was no possibility of my returning probably, but with the grace of God, with the grace of my guru, I got a second chance, I will say.
तो आप ये प्रॉब्लम आपको कितनी टाइम तक इसका रहा?
Yeah, it was diagnosed, and a very major surgery, brain surgery, open brain surgery was conducted. And thereafter 2.5 years I had suffered from this issue, this problem, because thereafter that surgery is called as embolization, which is minimal access surgery, which was done thrice on me in the next period of from 2014 to 2016 end. So around 2.5 years I had spent in that thing, and which was fatal. Obviously, my eye suffered, and more than that, definitely mentally my family was under intense pressure. But yes, their continuous support, their love, blessings of all the well-wishers, I will say blessings of the employer also, helped me to come out of that big problem. And yes, to mention importantly, prior to that only, I got connected to ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, prior to this issue only. And with the grace of Lord Krishna, I got attached to him.
Oh, okay.
That even my chanting practice started.
Before that?
Before that only. So he got it done from me. That gave me spiritual strength also. And as our material life goes, my life is made up of equally the contribution of material aspects and the spiritual aspects, and that helped me to come out of that problem, to stand, to come out of that problem and continue the journey of my career.
Now, after 2.5 years, you were struggling, you were in deep problem, and there was a big question mark of your life ahead, like. And I'm sure, like, it's a coincidence that before that you started with ISKCON practices on spiritual aspects that gave you more strength. And then once you are out from this problem and back on the job, how much time it took for you to stand and be on your normal, what Dr. Kaustubh was earlier?
Yeah, I would like to share definitely that with the grace of God and my Guru again, because that was my strength. The spiritual aspect was the strength of my life. In these 2.5 years also, I was not away from my work. Though I used to take 15 days, 20 days leaves and get my surgeries done, without which I will not survive. That was an aspect. So that was a fatal kind of risk, which was always there. That sword was hanging on my head. But again, with that strength, spiritual strength, and the love and blessing of my family and well-wishers, I could continue with my work. Even the driving, which is I have a passion for driving, four-wheeler. I continued driving. I had a driver for 2 years in between, because my doctors said that you cannot drive, being the problem with your brain. So I stopped driving, but I kept the practice. And I was back on track thereafter.
I see.
So that helped me continue the journey, and once the doctor gave me the final clearance that you're out from this, you will just need a continuous follow-ups, etc. Maybe 6 monthly or something. So that's a part of life. But then I was on track to continue my career.
I see. As rightly said, tough time never lasts, but the tough people do last. I'm sure Dr. Kaustubh Sontakke have gone through the extreme struggling with his life. In a short tenure of 32 years, he had a 2 PhD and was doing very well into the finance world, but certainly had some problem. That do happen with any one of us. But during that tough time, I'm sure if you are strong, the willpower is strong, and you can bounce back. As rightly Dr. Kaustubh Sontakke came back with a bang. And then further, I think we are going to listen and catch up on this TikTok Ek Bund Soch Ki, how he went ahead with writing for the 6 books as the finance which are concerned. So thanks a lot. God bless you. I'm sure something divine power which comes in you. If you're part of my spiritual aspects, the things are going to be different. And it's a great learning, a lesson for TikTok audience to be tough. And I'm sure the tough people do last for longer. So thanks a lot for sharing your insights of your life journey with our TikTok audience. And I'm sure they are going to get a lot of inspiration from your story. Thank you very much. Do watch Dr. Kaustubh Sontakke in our next episode of TikTok Ek Bund Soch Ki. If you like, just go to www.tiktok.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. Thank you very much.